Okay. So can you tell us what right skilling is and how it differs from upskilling?
I'm being asked this question a lot since right skilling is one among other core differentiators that makes Meta Council stand apart.
Mm.
So, let me explain this with an analogy, something that is relatable. I had this really very interesting experience yesterday that
Okay.
beautifully highlighted the immense significance that right skilling has and how it can be a game changer in any sphere of life.
Mm.
So I was at this friend's place whose daughter is training to be a chef. So, as expected, this young lady has learned the basics of, chopping, frying, stewing, sauteing, and has, gone in for upskilling through, learning all these different cuisines like making Mexican food, Thai food, continental food, etc. So, she was setting up a cheese platter for us and had different types of cheese and fruits, dips, etc. So she asked her mom to fetch her a knife to cut some cheese. Now, the mom got her a knife, and according to her mom, a knife is a knife, right? So our lovely young chef protested, saying, "Mom, this is not a cheese knife." And her mom insisted that the knife she had brought could cut vegetables. So should there be, there should be no reason why it could not be used for slicing the cheese.
Right.
Then followed a short masterclass for us, wherein we were gently informed that it's important to get the right knife for the right purpose. And why so? Because, for she said for precision, to prevent wastage, for proper portioning, for efficiency and effectiveness. She was like, a bread knife is to be used for bread, a boning knife for meat preparations, or a paring knife for peeling and trimming, and carving knives, etc., etc. And so, I was just thinking a trained chef or anyone who's trained will always use the right tool, like in this case, the right knife. And similarly, a trained professional has to use the right tools and right interventions. So learning to use the right tools and skills in the right places enhances not just the efficiency, but also the effectiveness. And that's exactly what right skilling is in mental health also. In fact, it's not as simplistic as the knife analogy because, look, in mental health, our objective is to help people in problem management and in opportunity development. But each individual who comes to us is different. Each individual's experiences are different because, the emotion behind the experience could be a bit different. And even if the emotion is the same, the thoughts leading to the emotions can be different. So you've really got to be on top of your game to be able to pull out the right skills that work for that person in that situation. And, also tools and protocols, that are, for example, used for children. Sometimes people get into this kind of a reductionist approach that, they tend to look as children as reduced thumb-sized versions of adults. And that's how they dilute the tools. And that's not the right thing to do. So, yeah, that's what the right skilling is all about. And upskilling was when I gave this analogy of learning different types of cuisines. So, similarly, learning different methodologies in mental health, in counseling, in therapy is upskilling.